Hello to everyone that clicked in to have a little YouTube experience here at this little channel, and especially those that were born on the Gemini Cusp. This general reading for September 2017 is for you, and I'm really glad that you guys are receiving the Cusp reading so well. I've been receiving a lot of comments about the fact that, they're appreciated because they're kind of rare. Not many people do them. So, yeah, I'm going to continue on because wherever my help is needed, that's where I like to be. All right, so how the format for these readings is going to work is we've pulled the oracle cards forward from the general monthly readings for the sign of Gemini and for the sign of Cancer. We're going to pull some fresh tarot to meet in the middle and see what's going on, help clear any stuck energy or find some best path to follow kind of deal, all right? That's a lot of flippers and poppers. That is due to thumbs up, so to speak. Okay, let's start in with what's coming in from Gemini. And right here, I got to say, you guys, it looks like it's a bit of a struggle. It looks like the stuff coming in from Gemini has been a bit arduous. You've pulled cards numbered 31, Dry Desert, and card 33, Chaos and Conflict. Now, the numerology in this was kind of like hit me a little bit harder. I was like, I feel that this might be for people that are in their early 30s, late 20s, that sort of thing, that are going through certain things in regards to identity and in regards to purpose right now. There's like sort of heavier, spiritual messages, I think, that come behind these cards, where it's like maybe what you're wanting or how you're feeling isn't matching up to what's going on in the 3D around you, whether that be your work, your family life. There's like kind of like struggle, and there's a little bit of like no light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. And that doesn't mean that that's always such a bad thing. It just means that there's inner work that needs to happen or that will be going on to bring you through this. It's like almost asking you to check in with yourself. If you're almost like in a thing where maybe you're watching too much mainstream news or even too much alternative news or doomsday stuff where they're like scaring the crap out of you and you don't know what to believe, right? And you're like, well, or maybe you're afraid of certain things going on in the geopolitical environment. I don't get political on this channel, but I'm just saying it could be like these cards could be suggesting that you're existing too much in the external, and it's like incoming messages, incoming frequency, and then you're not emitting or you're not transmitting any energy or any frequencies of your own. It's like, where is that inner light shining, and why has it kind of been covered over and dusted up, sort of thing? So if you are experiencing things with identity and life purpose type stuff, that's what's coming in from Gemini. But good news, because in on the Cancer side, the oracle messages that came in are that of hope and that of inspiring messages that are coming forward, or a guiding light, so to speak. All right, it's almost as if you guys are going to be like gumshoes or detectives when it comes to finding your way through September, and there could be hidden messages or things that have been hidden from you that are going to be revealed, but you're actively like searching it out. You're actually going to find the answer, like moving forward to do it. Message in a bottle mean it's like some things that may be coming in you're not going to appreciate. There could be incoming messages that you're not going to appreciate, but it's like it can't be avoided, sort of thing. So when we see message in a bottle and talisman, it's kind of like when you're doing this inner work and you're checking in with yourself from what's coming over here on Gemini, it's like we've got to allow our feelings to sort of clear a path for us. And it doesn't mean like you have to push people out of your way. It just means to say like following your heart is going to be key, or when you're searching for purpose, take what it is that, through your memories, through your conditioned thinking, the things that provide you with inspiration, happiness, and hope, and those sort of things. As well, for a lot of you, a direct message is coming through some sort of like oracle, phone call, email, or message that is just going to be there for you to kind of change things or make things shift. So whatever day that happens, I would take note, because it would be a good day for you to sort of evaluate your levels of happiness and where you're moving to and what's going on for you. Now, oracle messages can be a little bit more heavy duty. Let's take a look at the tarot to see what's going on or why this is occurring for us. Look at this, you guys. I pull 3 cards for most signs. Tarot, for some reason, it just wants to emit a butt ton of cards. So we're going to read it like a story. For some of you, this is the Cancer side. Your intuition is shining through. You could be dealing with other water signs, Scorpios and Pisces at this time, that things that I feel would be quite harmonious with, as long as you're like open to like putting your feelers out there, your sensitive things going on. Some of you are dealing with a younger earth sign. This could be a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo that's in your environment. The whole feeling is this could be a daughter or a son, some kind of child that you're like shedding wisdom upon here at this time, and maybe they're being a little bit detached, a little bit distracted right now, and your kids kind of left you wondering. You've got the Wheel of Fortune card here. That means things are bound to change. Things are sort of destined to change. You need to kind of be the change that you wish to see. You're the microcosm, and then the macrocosm is kind of like occurring to you, right? So this inner work, it's requiring strength. Some of you are just procrastinating on it. You're not wanting to do it. You're just kind of shirking that duty. You don't want to like say, all right, well, maybe you did meditate and get into some inner work at some point in time. But lately it's kind of like, well, you're feeling kind of stuck and you need to return to that. But returning to it is like calling for more than you're willing to give right now, I feel. So have some strength, do some yoga, do the things that you need to do so that physically you're feeling good. And then that way, any other kind of inner work will just come naturally to you. All right. Eight of Pentacles here, there's a lack of focus, I feel. There could be as well situations where you're feeling certain wishy-washiness, or it's like, why would I do this work, or why would I pay attention here? Nothing here is like giving me reward, right? And that sort of thing. Well, it's like you kind of have to, do the prep work in advance and know that, reward is further down the road. It may not come instantaneously or this month, but these cards are calling for a more narrowed focus and more grounded energy, okay? Because you've been waiting, you've been procrastinating a little bit too long here with this Seven of Pentacles. You don't want to wait too long for any kind of like opportunity or purpose-filled initiative to pass you by because you've been too apathetic or too lethargic, okay? That's what, especially on this Gemini side, that's what it's screaming to me, is like apathy and maybe a little bit of like, tiredness as well. You're sick of the same old, same old. You're ready for something new. You're wanting to change it, and you're wanting sort of like some kind of proof to yourself that you're interested in changing it. I don't know what that means, but it's like you've got to figure it out. You've got to be at one to say, all right, maybe you're just kind of getting up out of the easy chair, or you're like looking at your same old situation. You're like, I really got to shake things up. I really got to move things up and move forward, okay? Now, we've got 10 of Wands reversed, which means you are holding on to this. Whatever it is, you're holding on. You're not letting go. There is certain stresses, anxieties that you're carrying with you in your physical body that need to be released through inner work, through meditation, and through positive like prayer and communicating with angels and spirit guides around you that will help you in many different ways. Okay? Wow, it's a pretty heavy reading. These cards, like, they didn't deflect from the esoteric meanings. I feel like Source, the universe, wants you to do this work. It wants you to clear your mind. It wants you to get into the gap where it's like you turn off the TV, you turn off the computer, you turn off the radio, and you just get into that silent space where it's like you feel the presence of your body, and you feel that you are more than just your fingers and your toes. Like it's a spiritual journey, I feel, that's about to kind of present itself to some of you, and for others of you it's like you need to return to it, but you're just not doing it for whatever reason that might be. Okay, now for some of you it's kind of like you don't have time for that, or others are relying upon you too heavily for you to do that, or maybe you're wishing to bring somebody up to your level. For some of you, that where they can understand the things that you're talking about. Maybe there's like a more masculine energy in the environment where it's just like you can't be your spiritual self, or you feel that there's a cap on it because someone is just like, would you quit it with that stuff already, or sick and tired of hearing it. And maybe it's just the environmental things that aren't allowing you to flourish, or basic social structure, whether it be family or your institution, that isn't allowing you to be your truest self as much as you would like, okay? And there's a breakdown of communication in regards to it. It's like you feel like you can't get these things off your chest, or find some help, some direct energy, because people either don't want to hear it, or they want to take you way out into left field and be like, move to Nepal with me and we'll go sit on the side of the mountain until we see rainbows. Like it's just not feasible at this time either, right? So you're going to find some in-between balance so that, it can come more naturally. So for a lot of you, it will be going outside of the home for it. And if you are in the home, it's like finding a quiet place within that home to go and do it, all right? It's new new community could be a big part for those on Gemini, Casper, Cusp to find these answers, right? I feel that it's not easy sharing these energies between these two signs. It's like kind of we're in a time in 2017 where being a Gemini and being a Cancer presents heavy duty challenges for both signs based on how much progression they're doing spiritually through this year one and through the turn of the century, and kind of like being in acceptance and at one with their feelings. So to have both energies kind of coming at you, I feel my heart goes out to you in an empathic sense to say, all right, just ground this stuff. Don't let it get the best of you. Just like take it like the old AA saying, like one day at a time. But instead of like defeating alcohol, what you're defeating is your anxiety and stress that comes upon you for 8 hours, and then when you go, you're not releasing it at the end of the day. But just make sure you're allotting that 45 minutes to an hour where you just do this work in silence, and you just return to a place of like non-thinking and grounding these energies, so that you can enjoy those, evening hours, or those, the time in between, the responsibility and the rest time, so that they can be more yours and they can be more fulfilling. And you will find answers shining through. You will find the things that inspire you, but not until after this inner work has been completed. September is a perfect time to do it. Instead of falling into any old bad habits, drinking, loving too much, being super emotional, just be grounded in this energy, be in silence, and it'll all work for you. Okay? Love you lots. We'll see you next time.